Now that I've got all 500,000 staples out of all 4 cushions, I'm going to take a measurement so I can pre-cut my fabric to fit. I have 2 different style cushions. This one has got these little notches in the sides because these are for the armchair ends, on the ends of the table. And then these are just straight, and that's for the straight back chair. So I'm just gonna take a tape measure, put it in upside down, and you want some material to work with, so a little overlap. Go this way. It's about 24 inches, and then across the widest part with some material to work with. This way, it's like about 27. So 24 by 27 on the straight backs. And yep, 24. And 27 will work there. Yeah, 24 by 27 on all 4 cushions will give me enough material. All right, everyone, here's another tip for you. You want to mark the approximate centers of your cushion areas so that when you go for your new upholstery, kind of know about where they are, especially if you're doing a fabric that has a pattern or has stripes. You have the approximate center of the area, and then you can align and adjust your fabric accordingly so that your fabric pattern or stripes or feature element of your fabric will wind up centered on the seat cushion and it won't look goofy. So I'm going to do this on all 4. This is the new upholstery fabric that was chosen for this job, and it does have kind of a grain to it, or in the weave of it, it does have a pattern that goes lengthwise, and so we want that pattern to go lengthwise on the cushion, or front to back on the cushion, as opposed to side to side. So we're gonna measure accordingly for that. This piece of fabric is about 58 inches or 60 inches long, and we had to order 2 yards minimum, so it's 72 in one dimension, 60 in the other. Our pieces for the cushions need to be oriented in this manner. They need to be 27. The pieces of fabric we need to use are 27 inches long to account for having material to work with. So we will have more than enough in this dimension to be able to wrap 2 cushions. So we just need to cut it to width for enough to work with the other way. And that dimension is going to be 27 inches wide. So I do not have a China marker. Couldn't find it. Don't know if I had one to begin with. And so this is the factory cut edge. So what we are going to do is just turn the fabric inside out. You don't want to mark on your finished side. And you don't want to use something like a Sharpie marker or a magic marker because it might bleed and crawl through. And even if it does bleed, it would probably be on where it's folded over. I just don't want to take the chance. So we're going to mark this in several places. I need 27 inches. So there's 24. 3 more makes 27. Yeah, you can see here that they tapered off quite a bit. I don't know if I want to trust these marks or not because this edge has quite a bit of a piece missing from it. Now, professional upholstery guys have got a big, wide table that they can lay this stuff out flat on and work with it. But I don't have that luxury. And this edge is much straighter cut than the other. So we are going to flip this around. And there's my 27. This pencil line is just dark enough or contrasting enough that I can see it to make an accurate cut. Now the question will be, are my scissors sharp enough to cut this stuff? Barely. Single edge razor blade is more than sharp enough. Slices through this just like butter. Okay. And now we'll measure off another 27-inch wide piece. So we can get 2 cushions out of 1 strip. Okay, there is my 2 27-inch wide pieces, and this is my extra. Let's just as you can see, that'll give me plenty to fold over and staple and work with. Okay, now I need to cut our material to the other dimension we need, which is 24 inches. That will give us enough to, here's 24, give us enough to wrap around and work with. So, but what we have to be wary of is this factory edge where the weaving and the pattern are not. They're not there, so we'll have to start below that pattern, and we will go to 24. It's also nice because this is a factory edge, so we know that it's reasonably straight. Or you would hope that it's reasonably straight. And we'll just do the same on this edge. Working from the factory edge again on the other side of the fabric. And then we have about a 10-inch wide, piece of scrap. Not too bad for waste, considering this stuff was really expensive per yard. Do that on the other strip. What's nice with this upholstery fabric is it doesn't have a lot of stretch, if any stretch to it at all. You can pull it lengthwise or across the pattern, and it's not gonna stretch or pull cattywampus if you pull it on the two axes. If you pull it diagonally, yeah, it'll do weird things. But straight, front and back, fore and aft, left and right, whatever you want to call it, it won't get out of whack on you. So that's nice. So what we're going to do now is mark the fabric to the approximate centers that'll match up with those lines that we put on the cushion forms, and that way we have a place to work with. So our width is 27, so half of 27 is 13 and a half. So we're going to put a pencil mark there, and then also on the face, because this is going to be folded over and not seen. And this will help us when we go to put the material on the cushions or on the backs, and getting it centered so that the pattern aligns. We'll go with our 24. This is kind of driving the machinist in me crazy, because this is all kind of plus or minus an eighth or 3/16 of an inch, whereas I'm used to dealing with plus or minus a couple thousandths of an inch. So, but I'm going to do that to all 4 pieces, and then we'll get back.